Welcome to another episode of the MMA Rundown. I'm Drew Shannon.
I'm Albert Cameron, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in.
And special thanks to Friendly's and Altoona for the continued love and support. Thank you guys so much. Show your love and support for Friendly's and Altoona because they're showing us love and support on the MMA Rundown.
All kinds of love and support.
All kinds of great food at Friendly's in Altoona. And especially those of us who are being health conscious.
They got great salads, all kinds of light fare. They got something for everybody.
And, something for... The ice cream is delicious. That's all I gotta say. I'm not being health conscious. I'm saying, hey, ice cream for me, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I don't care. It's good stuff. Friendly's in Altoona, thank you guys so much for your love and support. Everybody send your emails, thoughts, videos, news to hosts at themmarundown.com right here. Hosts at themmarundown.com. We're 20 days away from Complete Devastation MMA. We need you to get your tickets right now. It is going to be one hell of a great event. You will not want to miss it.
We don't have a card yet, but we will. And the only way you're going to find out about it ahead of time and get the inside scoop is
right here. Right here, people. So be watching, okay? Coming up, we've got discussion to do.
The show's changing a little bit.
A little format change. We'll get into all of that. You'll understand what's going on here in just a bit on the MMA Rundown. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the MMA Rundown. Normally we do our news and notes segments here, but as we have made mention in the past, we're doing a little bit of a format change on the MMA Rundown. We're going to be doing discussion topics right now.
The world of MMA has news is just so fast. It's so hard to get out there. So it's really difficult for us to try to report current news weekly. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn to social media just for you guys so we can connect that much easier. So we are going to bring you guys late breaking news. But follow us on Twitter at Cameron Rundown. Twitter, follow us on Facebook, all kinds of good stuff. You're going to get your news and notes. But what we are going to do is we're going to take pertinent topics that has happened in MMA in whatever time frame we feel is relevant, and we're going to discuss them with you guys. And hopefully the change is good.
All right, let's begin. Randy the Natural Couture signs a deal with Spike TV. The former UFC heavyweight and light heavyweight champion will coach the first season of Bellator's reality show.
What?
You not crazy about that?
Well, I am, and it's because I'm such a big fan of Randy Couture. But it just seems kind of like a slap in the face for the UFC. The UFC put so much into Randy Couture. They really built Randy Couture's career. Mm-hmm. Randy Couture did fight for rings back in Japan, but before anyone really heard of Randy Couture, that's when he was fighting in Japan. Now, Randy Couture came to the UFC. He beat Randy Couture beat Maurice Smith for the UFC heavyweight title. And so Randy Couture really built his name in the UFC. So the UFC brings along the Ultimate Fighter to try to bring the UFC out of the deep in the dark. Right. And Randy Couture was season 1 coach right alongside Chuck Liddell. So then Randy Couture's career reemerges, and Randy Couture's back in the limelight. He wins the light heavyweight championship. Randy Couture eventually retires. Randy Couture's son Ryan just moved from Strikeforce to the UFC. So it's important to note that Randy Couture did not sign a contract with Bellator. He signed a contract with Spike TV. Still, it's going to be weird seeing the Natural Captain America on a different fight promotion, but right. It is what it is, and it happened.
It's the nature of the beast. Now, this reality show that they're doing, what do you know about it? Is it going to be just like Ultimate Fighter? Guys living in the house, beating the crap out of each other, swearing, drinking, basically everything you'd see in an MTV reality show?
We don't know.
Is this going to be the Jersey Shore all over again, or what's going on?
Well, Bjorn Rebney's doing the right thing so far, so hopefully it's not going to turn into the Jersey Shore of MMA. Randy Couture's role is going to be coach. Coach of who? I don't know. Is he going to coach guys who are getting together and fighting, or is there going to be teams? We just don't know. But the fact that he's going to be a coach is saying that it's going to be Ultimate Fighter-esque. It's just hard to tell how much they're going to borrow from the Ultimate Fighter product.
All right. Rampage Jackson versus the UFC.
Rampage got me in some trouble. Not trouble, but He didn't make many friends. And if you follow us on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Rampage Jackson has started his career in King of the Cage.
Okay.
I've seen Rampage Jackson. He fought a couple guys in King of the Cage. They were awesome. He actually fought Marvin Eastman in King of the Cage. And then he goes over to Japan. He exploded in Japan. Japan loved Rampage. You ever hear anyone reference the Rampage Slam?
I believe so, yeah.
Ricardo Arona has him in a triangle choke. Rampage Jackson picks him up from a triangle choke. Brett Schoenfeld held Noe Quintanilla in a triangle choke.
Right.
Well, instead of being down, Rampage still had his vertical base. He picks Ricardo Arona up and power bombs him unconscious. So Rampage, really made a name for himself with that exciting style. Pride FC folded. It was a sad day, but it happened. So Rampage comes over to the UFC. He's one of the few guys from Pride who was able to be successful. Rampage gets in some stuff. You're not going to let him drive taxi for you, but that's for my fact checkers in a later date. So Rampage right now is at a part with the UFC where he just doesn't want to be in the UFC anymore. He actually came out and said that the UFC lies about the pay-per-view draws, which is a pretty bold statement to make.
That is a darn bold statement.
Considering how many different athletic commissions are involved and how many different people the UFC has to report those pay-per-view numbers to, that's pretty gutsy. It's pretty gutsy to say. So he said he'd rather fight on any smaller show just to have the freedom away from the UFC. Well, the UFC has huge contracts, probably this thick.
Right.
UFC always has the last laugh. In Rampage's contract, the UFC is able to match any deal that any other promotion gets him. So, I'm not sure how ironclad that statement is. Dana White just sounded really confident that, he does have the right to match an offer. Hard to say where it's going to go from there.
All right. Let's talk about this rumor that's floating around. Following wins at VFL 40 in Altoona, is Brett Showtime Schoenfeld next in line to fight Charlie the Spaniard Brenneman?
The blessing and the curse that we have is that we are recognized as the MMA RunDown guys.
Right.
People are always talking to us about stuff they know, trying to confirm, trying to deny. Our friend Brandon Lux, very nice guy who came up to us at VFL 40 and said, "Hey guys, love your show." And Brandon, I think we've always sung your praises very highly, so thank you for that. People come up and said to us that it has been said by promotion or management that if Schoenfeld wins and Brenneman wins, well then the next likely matchup for VFL would be to put them together. No one official has confirmed that rumor whatsoever. I don't think I could even get Brett to confirm it.
Right.
Brett said he'd like to fight Brenneman. We didn't have a chance to speak to Charlie, but with Brenneman trying to get back into the UFC, it makes sense that if he's gonna dig his roots in and get in here locally, that Brett Schoenfeld's the guy to beat.
Now I hear Schoenfeld also might be interested in fighting Brad Mountain at some point.
Again, that's the blessing and the curse. We've got these inside tracks with the guys. We hear people talk,
right,
but no one will confirm it officially.
Is that something we could see down the road, do you think? Or
possibly. As guys change camps, change affiliations, it's possible. I know both guys fight out of Dignan Broombah now.
Right.
And I know Jason Dignan and Byron won't coach guys against each other. It's a conflict of their interests, and it just doesn't work. I've heard people locally, people not involved in training camps or people not involved in promotion saying, I wouldn't mind seeing Schoenfeld and Mountain fight. I don't know who to give the edge to. I think both these guys are incredibly dangerous. I imagine they would fight somewhere at a 60 catch weight unless they both went to lightweight. It's something that could possibly happen.
All right. Kimbo Slice apparently has improved to 7-0 in professional boxing. Are boxing promoters feeding Kimbo, cans to fight? In other words, for those of you that don't know, the vernacular, cans would be basically, easy guys to get over, easy guys to beat.
The term can actually comes from boxing, a tomato can, a large can that someone's just paid to stand there and punch.
Right.
If you were a boxing promoter, and I think Elite XC would confirm this, if you're a boxing promoter and you put a whole lot of money into Kimbo Slice, because Kimbo Slice's stock rose incredibly when he's knocking everybody out, including guys in the Cage Fury Fighting Championships. Mm-hmm. He was in the Ultimate Fighter. So, and of course, the YouTube street fight videos. So you got Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice has a stock, and he's good at knocking people out. It's what he does. Some guys paint, some guys make music, and Kimbo Slice knocks guys out. That's what he does.
It's his medium.
It's his bread and butter,
Right.
So Kimbo Slice is brand new to boxing. We want to build up exciting fights because we all know that boxing is... We just love watching boxing, it's great. It never bores you to tears, ever. So, could Kimbo Slice be the savior of boxing? Perhaps. You'd like to think commissions wouldn't license guys to fight Kimbo Slice if they were just straight up tomato cans, but it's possible. Anything happens in boxing. I saw some of the worst decision making ever and locally here in boxing, so Kimbo Slice could probably punch the ref and win the fight.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That is our discussion roundtable, as it were, although it's only two of us, so I don't know if a roundtable is...
But they can chime in.
You guys can chime in.
They can tweet Cameron RunDown and tell us what you think. I'll be actively tweeting while you guys are watching this, and I'll be able to discuss it with you. It's the beauty of social media, friends.
Do that. All right, coming up, 6 Degrees of MMA. It's another Albert Cameron created segment. We'll have that next on the MMA Rundown. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the MMA Rundown. 6 Degrees of MMA is our next segment. And Albert, why don't you explain this?
Well, if you ever played 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
Where you had to take two actors and you put them together. So we're getting the scripts for the shows and everything ready, and I'm like, you know what, Drew? I want you to put me on the spot. So Drew has prepared two fighters. I have no idea who they are. He's going to give them to me, and I have to try to link them by people they fought within 6 fights or less.
Okay, let's see if we can do this. The fighters that I have chosen, the guys I picked are Royce Gracie and Anderson the Spider Silva. Go.
Oh. Okay.
You want me to pick them? I picked them.
Royce Gracie and Anderson the Spider Silva. Okay.
All right.
Royce Gracie fought Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock fought Tito Ortiz.
Mr. Jenna Jameson.
Tito Ortiz fought Frank Shamrock. Frank Shamrock fought Phil Baroni. Phil Baroni fought Rio Chonan. And Rio Chonan defeated Anderson the Spider Silva.
Wow.
Am I right?
You are correct, sir. You are correct.
Score one for the big man.
All right. Well, there's 6 Degrees of MMA. That was an interesting segment.
It was.
He did a good job.
Well, thank you. I mean, if you guys think you can do it quicker than I did, tweet us, email us. I'd love to see it. I'm not the end-all, be-all. I just know a couple things.
If you want to suggest a 6 Degrees of MMA, see if the big man can do it, hosts at the MMARundown.com, email us, send him a tweet on Twitter, whatever you got to do. Social media, emailing, whatever. God bless the internet. Just do it.
Unless you got something negative to say.
Yeah, then just...
Save it for YouTube.
Keep it to yourself. Will you get off that?
I'm trying.
You're just a bitter man.
Me and my mom are working through it.
All right, coming up, our spotlight fight, and this is by request. We will talk to you about that here in just a moment. We're going to go to break. It's the MMA Rundown.
Have you ever feared this happening? Or been annoyed when something like this has happened? One product can fix that. Secure Connect. Secure Connect keeps a retaining force against the plug, keeping it secured into the wall. You simply place each half of Secure Connect behind the plate, clip them around your cord, and push the yoke against the plug. That's it. You can use Secure Connect almost anywhere. Secure Connect provides the security you need with plugged-in electrical devices, and Secure Connect has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of quality. Every home in America needs Secure Connect. Order yours today.
Time now for our spotlight fight, and this is a special fight that was requested to us. Robert in Huntington, thank you and all your friends for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. Jeff Runk versus Andrew Ricketts.
Friends of Jeff Runk contacted us at the Rundown, which is our first ever requested spotlight fight, but we're happy to bring it to you.
Yes.
Contacted us saying, we know Jeff. We haven't seen this fight. We weren't able to be at Complete Devastation MMA 1. Would you mind playing the fight? Well, anything for our viewers. I love you guys.
Absolutely.
So this is the fight. It's from Complete Devastation 1, Jeff Runk versus Andrew Ricketts. Let's go to the fight.
Check it out.
It's the MMA Rundown on ABC 23, and now it's time for the MMA Rundown Spotlight Fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this bout is scheduled for 5 rounds and it will determine the Complete Devastation welterweight champion. I stand corrected, this bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. Introducing first, in the red corner, standing at 5'9", weighing 168 pounds, he has a record of 3-0-0 from Team Genesis, Jeff Runk! And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, standing at 6'1", weighing 168 pounds with a record of 3-2-0. He is an independent fighter, Andrew Ricketts! official decision. The referee stopped this bout at 1:37 in the second round. The winner by tap out with crossbody armbar, and your new welterweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present Jeff with the welterweight championship for Complete Devastation MMA. Give it up for Ryan Rader and his son Valak. They're of course from Sacred Keystone Inc.
There you have it, Jeff Runk winning by armbar in the second round. Albert, your thoughts?
It's so odd watching Complete Devastation.
I know.
Just because we didn't call the fights.
It just seems like it was so long ago.
It does.
It was, what, about 2 years ago when I was actually in a committed relationship with my girlfriend, and you weren't even involved in this whole thing.
Wasn't even there.
2 years later, we're hosting a TV show. She leaves me, and, you know, that's just what happens in the span of 2 years.
All the single ladies, you go ahead and tweet Albert Cameron. We'll talk to you about this guy.
Why don't they just talk to me directly?
Or they could do that at Complete Devastation MMA. Walk up to him and say, "Hi, how you doing?" it's that easy. Drew, we have mail.
Yes, we do.
All right, we have mail.
Are we going to go into the mail right now?
Let's go in the mail right now.
Let's go to the mail right now. All right, enough of the Match.com type stuff. This email comes to us from Julie in Tyrone. Let's throw that up on the screen. She writes, Drew and Albert, if you had to give credit to someone for getting you guys into MMA, who would it be? I'm going to say, if I have to give anyone credit, it's going to be the guys who got me involved in ring announcing and television in the first place, and that would be Jason Davis, Mike Kessling, and my good friends, the X-Man on Rocky 104.9, Mike Edwards, and the entire roster of All or Nothing Professional Wrestling. Without them, I wouldn't do what I do, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to go from the pro wrestling aspect as an announcer, as a character in that, to jump to MMA and do ring announcing and sit at ringside with this guy. So yeah, I'm going to give total credit to all those guys, and I know some of them are out there watching, and miss you guys very much. So thank you for helping me along in what I do. That's who I would give credit to.
It's very touching.
Plus my mom and dad. I'd have to say my mom and dad, because they encouraged me to do so.
They do.
Most importantly, my mom and dad, because don't think that I would take them over anyone else. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
You really want to know?
It's me.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Or not.
Yeah, I'm browsing through a little video store called Videos Unlimited in Housesell, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. You all I admit to knowing you. You guys are welcome. I'm browsing through the little video store in Housesell, and I've seen all the Van Damme movies. I love Van Damme movies. I've seen all of them. So I see this VHS cassette box. VHS. And it says tournament, no rules. I'm thinking, man, this is going to be like Bloodsport. This is going to be like The Quest.
Yeah.
So I rent it. It's UFC 5. Life changed ever since. So if it weren't for me looking for more Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and things of the like, I might have never picked up UFC 5, and I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today. You might be standing next to another incredibly good-looking guy who's married to Mrs. Cameron.
Okay. All right, so Julie, thank you very much in Tyrone, and thanks for watching. Greatly appreciated. Let's get a question out to the fans.
Sure.
Who is instrumental in getting you into MMA? Tweet your responses to, Cameron RunDown?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know squat about Twitter, so I don't know if I'm supposed to say the @ symbol or not. But
@ Cameron Rundown.
I'm a Facebook guy. That's just my thing. And, you know, or you can shoot us a message, write it below if you're watching us on YouTube in the comments section, or email us as well at hosts@themmarundown.com. Is that going to do it for us? I think we're wrapping up here.
I think we are. I think we should take a moment and again thank our guys at Friendly's. You guys are incredible. Your support is awesome. Tune in next week. We got more discussion topics. Drew's going to try to stump me again with the 6 Degrees of MMA separation.
And hopefully we'll get some of you guys to send in one of those as well. Well, that's going to do it for February 10th, 2013, the MMA Rundown.
He's Drew Shannon.
He's Albert Cameron. We will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.